I know this don't come out on camera very well. It's just a weird looking sky, and it's because we have a front coming through and they're talking about hail and wind potentially.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. So I wanted to make sure that this thing started up, which obviously it did. It started right up. But yeah, this has been a pretty good generator. I think I would like to get back into generators a little bit more and do some more reviews for you guys. What do you guys think? You know, I did years back quite a few reviews on generators, and then I kind of got away from them for no apparent reason. I mean, I talked about the generators that I bought while we were on the road, but I didn't try any other brands. I just stuck with Honda and the Champion, and that's it. So yeah, tell me what you guys think, and maybe I'll see if I can start checking out reviews on that.
I want to thank RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring this video.
Far from being in an RV, and we're happy with our mattress. So if you're not an RV owner, you're looking for a mattress, there's no reason you can't go with this company. I want you to go to their website. Definitely look at the different types of mattresses. It helps you choose the mattress. I mean, it's really nice. So if you go to their website, you'll look as you scroll along, there'll be actually pictures of the beds and their shapes and their dimensions. I mean, you can get them for all sizes of RVs also. You can get them for your bunks, for your kids. So if you're looking for mattresses, you don't have to put them on just a plate, you know, one of those pieces of foam. Our case, we're in the Signature Hybrid. You know, we had this shipped to us. It's free shipping in the continental U.S. relatively quick. It comes out of their warehouse in Arizona. They have a 10-year warranty, but best of all, I think by far is the 120-night trial, the free trial to try it out for 120 nights. You know, it's 4 months for you to decide, do you like it or not? We like this one. It's a Signature Hybrid, just as we did our Dream Foam Hybrid, which was a queen size. When we first moved into the home, we brought our mattress from our RV, obviously, because it was a good mattress. And guess what? Our son has it now, and he loves it. Use our link that we've got a special code. Use the code Daydream, and you're going to get 25% off. I think our sleep has been better in this one.
Yeah, I really like this. It's perfect.
Again, the links are down below for our favorite mattress, and if you try it out, it'll be your favorite mattress too. Ooh, that's not good. So this is our first real storm since we've been in the house, and those are tornado sirens. So I guess we're gonna have to head down into the basement. I don't see anything. It's usually the way it is though, right? Yeah, the rain's starting to pick up. YouTube. It's time for a project today. Yeah, I'm just going to start another project. I shouldn't have locked that, should I? Ooh. Actually, I should have went out a different way. All right, let's see here. Let's do this real quick. This is starting off really good today, huh? Already got this thing screwed up. Okay, let's close this. Oh, I gotta unlock this. This is crazy. I gotta make sure that, yep, this is locked. I figured that. Okay. So we've got about 83-degree weather today, so we're definitely going to be warm, but it's going to be even warmer for the next few days after that. I don't know what you guys are experiencing, but for Ohio, it's pretty good. We're actually going to have like 3 days in the 90s, which, man, I'm kind of glad about that. So what you can see we're doing here, or maybe you can't, is kind of going into the abyss. Okay, you guys cover your microphones because I'm getting ready to say the A word. Alexa, turn on basement light. Let me show you what we're doing. And I don't know if you guys, how much we've shown of the basement. This all needs redone, by the way. I have the door on the back porch. You guys may have just seen that. That's got to go in place here. Then we're going to replace this door here. This at one point is all going to have to be redone. This looks original, this wood here. I think it's pretty old. The steps, you can see they've doctored them up, and I mean they're okay. They're doing the job, but and the wall's okay. The door frame is just made up. You can see it's a 2x4 here. I don't know what this used to look like, but this was different. Something was different here, and they've changed it. I just don't know what it is, but nonetheless, we're going to put in a interior door here that's nothing but panel windows. Panel windows. I don't know how to say that. You know, normally, like for example, the door that's going to go in place here is a 9-panel window. With this light, we talked about this before. We're going to open this up and have light. Now, Heidi, I told her, I said, why don't we just get rid of this door? And she says, well, what about in the winter in the basement? I want the basement closed off. I figured that we could build a wall and put a door down there. She said she don't want to do any of that. So, no big deal. Again, this whole area needs reworked. This needs reworked. These steps are horrible. But more importantly today, I'll flip on that light, although it's not important. We've got to get a lot of this stuff up off the floor. Look at the floor. Do you see the floor and the condition that it's in? And what I mean by the condition that it's in horrible condition. This thing looks like it's like fixed. It is. This thing's like stuck in here. I have to tear that up. This is all going away. I mean, we don't use bathtubs, and if we do, there's one on the 3rd floor. And the fact that they took up that entire corner just for the plumbing, for these two things, that's ridiculous. That's more than ridiculous. So you can see why this is going away. We're definitely making this go away. Not to say we wouldn't put a bathroom down here. I love the fact there's a toilet down here. And if you guys remember our old house, or if you guys are new with us, the house that we used to live in, we had a shower downstairs. And the nice thing about it, which we didn't even realize, is we went downstairs to take a shower. When we did, we would get undressed in the basement, over near the shower and the washer and dryer, and we would take our clothes and throw it in the hamper, the dirty clothes hamper, which in this case, we have one here too. And it's just, you know, this dolly here, this cart, which is really nice because our laundry chute is here. Just like our old house, we had a laundry chute, but we'd throw our dirty clothes in the hamper, or directly in the washer if we had enough of a load. And we would take the dirty clothes out of the hamper from the laundry chute, and we would throw those also in the washer. We'd start a load of clothes. Maybe there was a load of clothes that was already dry. We would go ahead and fold up those clothes and put them on the shelves. We had shelving downstairs, or hang them up because we had, again, hanging things. We got used to that, and the laundry always got done. There was no, oh, I've got to bring all the clothes upstairs and put them away kind of thing. But for us to do that, we're going to need to make a feasible bathroom down here. This part over here is really disastrous. Well, we're going to hit this today with the pressure washer. We're gonna go ahead and hit that concrete in the back with a pressure washer. More importantly, we're going to go ahead and hit this area back here with the pressure washer, just to clean it up. The nice thing is we have floor drains everywhere. There's one right there, I don't think there's one behind me. Let me look real quick here. Yeah, there's not one there. But we'll have Heidi pick up a squeegee. There's a floor drain here. There's a floor drain here. With that area pressure washed and the water swept over here, we're also then going to take and pressure wash the entire floor in here. We've never even, other than sweeping, we did a lot of sweeping. Other than sweeping, we didn't do anything down here. We didn't do anything whatsoever with the floor. Once we pressure wash all of this flooring and we squeegee it in the drains, hopefully the dehumidifier will do a good job. We've got this fan here. We have another fan. We actually have one upstairs in the bathroom helping with the cooling upstairs, but we have another fan similar to that we can bring down here. And we're also going to pressure wash and do this floor in here because this place is pretty bad. Now, this is not water, but it is water. Heidi had put one of those absorbent packs in here, a big pouch that is used for absorbing moisture, and it did absorb moisture. Unfortunately, it sat down here too long and it broke open or something. I don't know. Maybe it became oversaturated. I really don't know, to tell you the truth. But we're going to pressure wash this in here and again clean up this floor. Here's another drain you can see, so we'll go ahead and squeegee in there. I really would like to see this thing out of here. This is so heavy, and the stand that it's sitting on is not it's not fixed to the stand. It just sits on there. This is steel and concrete. I mean, it's heavy. I don't know if Heidi and I could lift that, to tell you the truth. Then, once all that's done, once we have all that done, we're going to come in here and we're going to mask off the lights. We'll mask off the electrical panel over there. This needs taken out. We need to remove all this, so hopefully might be able to get our son to do that. It sounds like something he might be willing to do. It's kind of interesting, I guess. But that needs all removed. And once we do all that, I'm coming down here with a painter, and I'm painting all this ceiling white. Everything that you see, I don't care what it is. I don't know about the ductwork. Haven't quite thought about that so much yet. Maybe. But I'm just going to paint it all white. I was going to paint everything white down here. We got a lot of work to do. Now, I know that you guys are probably looking at this the whole time I was talking. Yeah, there is a shower here. We put a shower head in it. It works. I've taken a couple showers down here. The grout needs redone on the floor. It's wore out. Or we could just throw in a mat, cut a hole in it for the drain. This is all Mickey Moused in here, but I mean it works. It's a good shower. It's strong pressure. Obviously, it's city water, and it does the job. It's just, I don't know if I want to refinish this. I mean, basically, it needs a ceiling put in here with lighting other than the shop light just sticking in the corner, but with some actual lighting for it. And then it needs a door. I just took an old shower curtain and hung up here on a rod that I just threw up there. But yeah, this used to be the original shower that this house had back whenever. And I really hate the fact that they took all, I mean, I don't know what their reason was, other than maybe they didn't like the way it looked. This glazed tile was all this. Now, there used to be a wall here. I've talked about this before. You can still see remnants of the wall. And the wall came all the way out to here, right there. I don't like the fact that they took the wall away. I get it, though. I mean, they had their own thing they wanted to do. But I have pictures of this, what this used to look like. This was all glazed tile. All of this. The wall, all this was glazed tile. Not only that, but all this in here was glazed tile, and they took it all down. I I really don't know why. That's why that corner, there's pieces of concrete sort of pulled away. They took the glazed tiling away. The other thing Heidi and I's got to do, this is the only thing structure-wise on the whole house that I've seen that we definitely have to do. This wall's starting to barely move. I mean, so minor, it's crazy. But we do need to get some poles in here, some support poles, maybe 3 of them. You know, 1 down here, 1 in the center here, and maybe 1 here. And we want to support the porch. This is the porch, by the way, if you don't know. And they did replace flooring on the porch. You can see there's plywood here now that they replaced. I hate that they did that. If the wood's rotted, just replace the wood planks the way they're supposed to be. Don't just cheap out and put plywood in there. Anyways, that was before we got here. So we got a lot of work to do. This is our project today. Heidi's actually somewhere fun. Let's go talk about her fun. So she's off, but she really isn't having fun. Oh yeah, we gotta replace this door. And I gotta replace this storm door too. Where do you think she's at today? I want you guys to guess where she's at today. I don't think anybody's gonna guess it. Come on. At court. Had to get a speeding ticket. Out of all the people, the speed, all those miles that I drove over the last 3 years, she got a speeding ticket. And it was coming home from work, just not used to the area so much. And she went through an area that there was a cop and he was sitting, and she got pulled over and she got a speeding ticket. So she's at court today. She didn't have to go to court, but she wanted to try to get her points taken off. Thanks, Herbie, for the tip. Yeah, she hopefully can get that done. In the meantime, hopefully I can get my stuff done. I got to get the pressure washer out. It's time to change the oil because it's a brand new pressure washer. And at that point in time, fill it full of gas, get out all the hoses, the wands, everything that I need, and set it up to be, fuel it up and set it up to go pressure wash the basement. You can see I got to move around a lot of stuff. I don't know if you noticed in those big boxes down there, but we still have a complete commode that needs to be installed and 2 pedestals for the washer and dryer that we need to lift the washer and dryer up and put on pedestals. And again, they just sit there. It's heavy. We need help on that. So we'll have to get our son down there to do it. But this is what we're doing. I mean, this is one of those projects. Oh, and I got bad news too. I know you guys don't want to hear about the whole concrete thing anymore. Neither do I. So the guy came, he loaded up a thing of concrete. I had to bust up a lot of it with my jackhammer. And when they loaded up our truck and they loaded up his truck, we went out to his house. They unloaded my truck, and as they were unloading my truck, he looked over at his truck and he said, "Ooh, that don't look good." He says, the bed's crooked. Well, yeah, his frame was, I don't know, cab support, something was messed up on it because of him being loaded. Wow. He said he was going to contact us on Monday. That was yesterday. And again, his son works with Heidi. So the kid said, "Hey, my dad wants to talk to your husband," talking with Heidi, talking about me, and about getting that concrete. And she goes, "What's going on?" He says, "Well, I think it's something he wants to be able to load up and use your truck." And Heidi says, "Yeah, he don't have to call my husband. We didn't buy that truck to haul concrete." And she's 100% right. So basically, nobody's coming to get this concrete. All right, we ain't talking about the concrete anymore. I'm just done with it. Holy cow, look at Heidi's grass seed took. Oh, wow, I'm impressed. I can see a whole bunch of it over here. Oh my God, she's going to be so happy. I didn't realize it was growing, tell you the truth. Look at that. It's amazing. I mean, we didn't do a very good job. We just threw it out here. Yeah, it's growing sporadically over there. We'll have to put more seed down. But over here is really good. So we're in the basement. Heidi's here. Tell us how you're tripping the... Here, let's get in some light, because you guys aren't seeing light. There we go. We're in the light now. Tell what happened today. I told me you went to court.
Oh, I had a good traffic court.
But it worked.
Speeding.
Herbie, it worked. So undisclosed stuff happened, and Heidi didn't get points. So let's just say that. So we're in the basement. We're getting ready to do the whole pressure wash disaster, and it's going to be a disaster. I like Heidi in a ball cap. What do you guys think? I always like when she wears a ball cap.
This looks like a trucker hat.
No, actually, it sits real low. It actually looks really good. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. But anyways, so we're going to attempt to make this clean down here. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I have a tendency to think I'm going to have stuff on me that I don't want on me, on my arms, on my face, on my glasses, on my legs.
As long as we don't have any flooding in here.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll have flooding.
It should be okay. I mean, we could actually just hook up a hose later. You know.
Yeah.
We don't, this is. I mean, like right here. Maybe he'll show you. It's muddy.
Yeah, this is very dirty, and I think it's because of this. Possibly.
This is a disaster.
So I'll take the pressure washer, the wand, and I'll actually spray the wall and spray this area and try to get some of this out and see what happens. Same back here. I'll have to run like the wand. I'll have to spray it. This stuff here, that wall needs kicked away. I wonder if it'll just pull away. It's pretty thick though. Yeah, that's pretty thick. All right, so
water will run out because it is. It's way ahead. Look.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that. I'm just saying it's just going to get wet and it's not needed. It's not like we're going, ooh, we don't want to damage that because it needs to go away. It's just stupid. I should have pried all that off. Damn it, that was kind of dumb on my part.
Well, there's a pry bar upstairs.
Yeah, there is a pry bar. So okay, maybe I'll pry that off before we start.
That's how we get sidetracked.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start this. We got a time lapse going over there, and hopefully it captures enough. It's so dark though down here. Well, I'll tell you this. I hope that this pans out, because this was a lot of work. And what I mean is, I hope that somehow everything goes smoothly. We did get a lot clean. I mean, I'm surprised how dirty it is down here. Wow, it don't even look like I did here. I know that I did. I did all this. There's still dark spots though. Yeah, I'm positive I did. I remember doing I had the little circle thing in there. It fit. I was surprised that it fit. All right, so the camera took a hit for the team, the other camera. But yeah, this turned out cleaner than I expected. Looks a little bit better. Of course, this is all getting redone, but I still wanted to clean. I wouldn't mind some of this being functional now. While we can't do all these projects at once. This came out really clean in here. That was nice. We got fans running. We got the squeegee, of course. But yeah, it definitely looks better in here overall. But by no means is it ready. So I got the humidifier on. We have one of the little fans on. I don't know where the little other fan is. It's floating around upstairs somewhere. Maybe. I really don't know. This room was a handful, as you guys saw. Man, it was not getting clean. Like I said, the camera took a hit for the team here. Let me. It's got stuff in its beard. But it did a pretty good job. Hopefully that made sense and it wasn't too messy. But yeah, this room here was the room that we were concerned with when we first came and looked at the house, because it was just full. It was full of stuff. And obviously there was some moisture in here. Anyways, hopefully this dries out pretty well. We got storms that we're moving in, and now we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait till all this dries up, the humidity level goes down. I used to have a vent that we could open for down here, but when we had our new ductwork put in, we got rid of it. You can see here how much humidity is just coming off this area. It's all cold air. Same here. There's a lot of humidity down here. So same here. This whole thing, all humidity. Just I could open that. That would help down here, I guess, a little bit. I don't know if I want to though. Yeah, maybe we'll just let this go. It'll dry out though. I have faith. Yeah, look at this water. This is deep. Right there. I mean, look how deep it is. All right, so it's time to give you video continuity. It's been a few days, and we've had some other stuff go on. I'll try to talk about it all real quick, and but I want to show you the basement because that's the last thing that we were really doing, I should say. So everything turned out great. Very dry down here. We had a couple of hard rains, not horribly hard rains, but we had rain, and it stayed dry. So we're in good shape down here. That's all I could say. As far as the floor being clean, it's nice. You can see we do have some debris we have to sweep up. That's what remained after, I don't know, after what we were doing. Heidi was sweeping some stuff up, and somehow we have just a little bit that needs to be swept. I just noticed it. But other than that, the floor is very clean. This area over around the commode turned out really nice. Much cleaner than I expected it was going to. I know it's kind of dark here, but it's hard to pinpoint that. This is just a dark area. It's not wet. Everywhere you see dark, even along the walls, even though you see signs of moisture at some point in time here, it's dry. It's all very dry. And the reason I know that is whenever it's warm, everywhere else, if water's coming in, that water is evaporating on some level, and you should be able to touch it, and it should be cooler. Like this right here that looks dark, that's not water coming in. That's I don't even know what to describe it. It's just dark there. They didn't paint it or something. It's not wet. There's no moisture whatsoever. Same with all this here. This is like a glue or something that's left over. Obviously, you can see it's, or maybe you can't. I don't know how this camera's pointing this up, bringing this up. But yeah, there's no moisture. Even here, believe it or not. Again, it looks like that's wet. It's not wet at all. I will show you the only place in this whole joint that's wet. I better leave that light on. Whenever it rains, we get a little bit of moisture right here. And it's because we have no downspouts whatsoever. And the concrete obviously needs some work here too. You can see it's cracked there. And this is the porch. This is the outside porch, front porch, that's above us here. What we'd like to do, I think, is we got to scrape up some areas here on the floor. This room's the worst by far. In the whole basement, we have some paint coming up that needs to be taken up the rest of the way, freed up. And what we'll do then is take care of the floor and the ceiling in here. And if everything goes smoothly in here, which is worst case scenario, then we know it will go really good in here. And we'll do the same thing. Take care of the ceiling and then take care of the floor. The ceiling, we're looking for discounted paint, one coat type paint, not this thin maintenance paint that we've seen. I've read the reviews and people are saying, I've put on like 4 coats and you can still see. Well, I'm not wanting to do that. I do have to remove like these cable things. There's a lot of nice cable connectors here. Maybe I need to pull these off and use them elsewhere. I know just the place for these, matter of fact. Anyways, also the power cable here. All this stuff needs secured. This needs secured. But I need to put it in such a manner, cable management, that it's not going to be moved around so much. And not only that, but I have to push this stuff back up in there. And I have to put tape over this until we can find these junction covers, which we already talked about, I think, maybe. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we already talked about that. God, I need to keep this video stuff going on a daily basis. But we want to paint all this. And what I'm saying is the roof, definitely, the ceiling, I should say, not roof, the ceiling in here, the rafters. And then I told Heidi we'll look at getting a floor treatment. Either just rolling paint or else, something else. Look at that. There's a hole there. I'm sure that goes to this drain. I'll have to look into that. But we're wanting to paint the floor, put epoxy on the floor, something. Put floating vinyl tiles on the floor, the snapped vinyl tiles. Put those rubber interlocking basement carpeting things down. I don't know. You guys put in comments what you think and say, hey Heidi, tell Michael to do this because it's easy, or tell Michael to do this because it's the cheapest, or because we do have it's a lot of floor. I don't know if it comes on a camera here, but when I stand in the corner, we got a lot of flooring in here that needs to be covered. And of course this room here, which is the same length and just a little, not very wide though. But yeah, we need to do all this floor. And then once with the ceiling and the floor, I told Heidi at that point, we'll get actual paint, actual basement wall paint, to where we can take care of the basement wall. And the reason that goes last is because there's a lot of stuff like the chimney here, the poles, all this cabinet needs to be taken out. I feel a lot of cold air right here. Up, I see it. It's leaking. Man, that's not good. I have to put some tape on there. We can't have that leaking. We need all the cold air we can get going upstairs, and I don't want it down here in the basement. All right, so that's what the follow-up is on the basement as far as what's going on there. Now let's go ahead and tell you what I want to do today. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Is there a job that you know is going to anger you and you don't enjoy doing so much that you just keep on avoiding it? Well, it's kind of what I've been doing. I just don't want to do it, tell you the truth. It's not, I don't know. I just don't want to do it. Let's get you further away here. The whole idea is that I have one exterior door to do. One. Once I do that one exterior door, everything will be hunky-dory, supposedly. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, because then I have to do an interior door and I have to do a storm door. One thing at a time. That's the whole premise behind all this. One thing at a time. What? It's not my wood. It is my wood. I mean, we bought it. We bought it by putting a deposit down with a kid. Looks like he's just starting off. Seemed to be pretty interesting. And he was very honest with us. And I was very happy that he was honest with us. And we've talked to other people and they came to the same conclusion. And that's this here. As much as we love the way this looks, as much as this feature really adds character to this home, it is not getting rebuilt. It's just not happening. As far as I know, this will never happen. So essentially what's going on here is we are building over these steps. There's some good solid steps, believe it or not, there that can be used as a foundation. He is removing these brick walls for the brick handrails. He'll be cutting along the face of the wall for the porch, and it's all going to get replaced. And it unfortunately, it's just getting replaced with a simple deck. You know, we're not here to refurbish this place and make it look, historically correct or anything like that. We just want it nice, and we cannot have people going in and out of these steps. I mean, one fall, just one stumble by our mailman or anybody for that matter, and next thing I know, we're dealing with our homeowner's insurance. And there's some sharp brick here. So, kind of sad that it's got to go away, but it's the only way it can be done. That's happening in a couple of days, from what we can tell. But yeah, we just told him to say, hey, listen, we just want something simple. Now, if everything goes well, if he does a really good job, we've already got an estimate for him to build a little deck out off the back here. And what I mean by little deck is we want him to cover up as much as possible what needs to be re-poured here and build out a ways and build over a little ways too. So basically to the edge here. Now, it wouldn't be much more, and Heidi and I talked about it, to go ahead and go around the corner in that way, to where, I've talked about it in the past, putting a deck here. We'll have to see. That's another update another time. By the way, this hose bib goes to nothing. And this, let me think what to call this. Access to the underside of this porch can be covered up. And the reason that I say that is because we have another one right there. And it's a little bit bigger too. So we do need to get underneath that porch. We have yet to get in there and look at it even, really. You guys want to look at it now? You guys want to see it? Okay, we'll see it, because I don't know what's in there. Might be animals in here. Could be. Never know. Oh my. What in the world? What in the world? I'm going to have to take some pictures of this and send it to Heidi. Like I said, we had no idea what was in there. This is the first time I looked in there. I had no idea what was in there. I don't even know what it is. There's bricks in there. I do see that. All right, I've talked enough. I got to go to work. Well, I guess it was destiny. Because I did need to pressure wash. I didn't want to. But when we were pressure washing the basement, I can't remember why. Oh, I was trying to figure out how to put a female. I was trying to figure out how to put this part on here. And I wanted to see the thread. So I took it off, the thing off. And when I put it back on, I heard a crack. And I thought, oh no. I over-tightened it, and I cracked this pump body somewhere. And I looked all around the pump body. I didn't see one single crack anywhere. So then we hooked up the pressure washer, and it fired it up, and this, pew, it's shooting off, connected to this. This is the part that I had snapped. And it's just cheap pot metal. So I ordered a part on Amazon, and it happened to come today. So, yeah. So, be careful if you guys are working on your pressure washer, and it's Harbor Freight special. So, yeah, let's get some pressure washer done. Well, I don't know how much it's going to help, but we'll try this out and see what it looks like. Something that I noticed was on, and maybe it's part of the way they used to build them, but the brick mortar, some of it on the lower part of the house, I'm sorry, on the garage, not the house, has black on the mortar. And I'll show you what I mean to an extreme, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the garage in this case. But kind of even on the house over here too. Boy, I hope when this dries, it brightens it up, because man, it just looks dirty. I tried to knock out, it's nothing more than me taking a Sawzall blade and just dragging along the edge to get rid of that foam, that expanded foam. But I just didn't do it. You know what's funny too? I asked the window guys when they were installing. I said, hey, because us being RVers, said we got to clean these out occasionally, or he goes, oh no, you don't have to worry about those. Well, I'll tell you right now that they siliconed a couple of them closed, and when I opened them, the water come rushing out. They're little, in this case, they're little flappy doors that are supposed to open when there's water that gets trapped behind there, just like on an RV. And this isn't, it didn't work. They didn't work. Like I said, they were silicone closed, so I had to open them up. But anyways, getting back to this black stuff, I don't know if you can notice on the lower portions here, see how it's black? Well, that's not mold. It's like the mortar has been treated with something, or I don't know. If you guys are masons, tell me what you think, because I mean, obviously up here it's not like that. Obviously I would like it to all be uniform and make it look more clean. And I thought that maybe it was a coating like they did in here, and you can tell me. So there's like a black, like they painted it in here. It's like painted. I don't know how else to describe it. But there's like some brush strokes or somebody smeared it in. It's like that all along the brick in here. Now, again, I don't know if this is something they did because it was a porch and they were trying to finish it off, or I just don't know. I honestly don't know. But yeah, this is, I hope it looks better. And I'll tell you why. I've wanted to paint this thing since day one. And I had a lot of people, a lot of you viewers comment, which thank you, appreciate your comments. Say, no, don't do it. It's, it's a charm of the house, and, makes the house look better. I believe it. I mean, I like seeing that it's a brick house, but we've seen, the realtor, when we first discussed it with him, he said, what the newest thing is? Everybody painting their brick like black or really dark charcoal. And at first I'm like, no, there's no way I'd want to do that. That don't even sound like something I'd be interested in. And then, because I was thinking like a cream color, like a real light whitewash it, cream color, something. And the more we started thinking about it, I told Heidi, I said, well, maybe we should do a black. And then we decided against it, and we did the white surrounds on the window. But I'm not opposed to it being like a cream color, because there's a house in Beloit I love, and it looks like some kind of Hansel and Gretel cottage, because it's painted a light color. Hey, man, this just, we just can't seem to make this place look good back here. We've got to get that deck built. I just, because that would just complete this whole area and make it look so much more finished with the least amount of work. Unfortunately, more money involved than anything. All right, like always, we got 1,000 projects that are always on the move and needed to be done. And look at all this concrete. Isn't this crazy? This obviously is the steps and the walls with the handrails that were going down both sides. Again, we hated to get rid of them, but the only estimate we got repairing them was $10,000. So I was not going to pay $10,000 just to keep a couple of handrails, even though it looked real nice. So we're in the early stages of this. They put on a little bit of a porch, and they had to go run and get some more wood. But yeah, you can see all that. We left the concrete that's down here due to the fact that this is our basement wall that's on the other side of all of this, and we didn't want any kind of a support issue. So they're going to do some fascia boards here, some big fascia boards whenever they start the handrail. I'm going to try to walk across this frame real quick and turn around. And yeah, they're doing a pretty good job. This is a young kid and his girlfriend. He had another guy on his crew, but he said he had to fire him because the guy wasn't showing up. So it's coming along, and it's nice. And look what we got out again. You know, I did that review on that jackhammer, and I'm glad that we had it because he was working with a sledge, and the sledge was doing okay. But I told him, I said, listen, I got a jackhammer. Let's just knock this out, make it a little bit easier. And he was pretty excited about that. And he did. He busted it all up. So now here's the problem. We got to get rid of the concrete. The people that came by and picked up some the old tree house out of the tree and all of our old doors that were sitting on the back side of the fence, they took all that, and we said, hey, we got concrete that would be, you know, willing to have you pick up also if you could. And he didn't seem real excited about it. I was talking about the concrete in the backyard. But he said, hey, you know, if you need that taken away, let me know. So the kid that's doing all this work here, he called him and left him a message and had told him, hey, I need you to come out and get that concrete. You know, I do a lot of construction, and I've got a lot of business I can throw your way. And the guy said he'd be out here at 11. Well, 11 came and gone, and the concrete still stands. Nice thing is our neighbor that's down the street there, just a little ways, he said, I've got a project I need some bricks for. And I said, you could take all the bricks you want, buddy. And he did. He picked out a whole bunch of bricks. He did like 4 trips with a wheelbarrow and took a lot of it, but still, we still have all this. But it's coming along, making it a little bit nicer, and finally we make these steps. Not as nice as the entrance would have been if it was all restored to the original, but I'm glad we're getting it done. We're going outside, and we got steps that we ain't going to fall off of, but we could. They're not finished. Heidi will go show you here. They're not finished. He's coming back, what day?
Friday.
Friday. Yeah, coming back Friday.
So every project we do, we have a big mess.
Always. And the funny part is why is it that it seems like no matter what project that we get done or that we do, that the byproduct, the mess, nobody will take it. Like all the trees in the back, we can't get anybody to take them. And all the concrete that we had in the back, nobody wants to take it. And now all the concrete up here, we got people that say they'll take it, but I think they drive by and say, And what I mean is, we're willing to pay. We're not going to pay some crazy dollar amount, but we're willing to pay. All right,
let's call Warren.
Okay, yeah. It's a weekday. We got to call a few places today. But Heidi's off today. How about that?
Yay!
Yeah, she's been working her butt off. Literally, she lost a bunch of weight because she's back to work, which her cardiologist told her was going to happen, and it pretty much did. So the deal is we made this more of a project than what was initially anticipated or talked about, but we like the final result, the end result. So what was happening whenever we initially had him come out here and do an estimate, he said that he was only going to do 4 steps, and they were going to be basically stair replacements, meaning that the old handrails were going to come down, which were very easy to do. I mean, the old handrails, you'd almost pushed them over. They really didn't take anything to get rid of. And then he was going to tie into the steps with the stringers. Here's the thing. Those steps were not good at all. They were filled with sand and trash, and since they started deteriorating, it was nothing for them to really start deteriorating. I mean, really bad. So what happened was the plan changed, and he said that the only way that he could do what he wanted to do was to put the stringers really close to the steps and then have to take out some centers of the steps for the middle stringer. All right, now there was a problem with that. At least I thought there was a problem with it. He didn't think so, but he kind of agreed with me. I mean, I just didn't like the fact that if you look down here, and I'll try to get you as low as possible. Actually, let's utilize this camera the way it's supposed to be utilized. As we walk down these nice solid steps. They don't even creak. All right.
So
If
more of that
you look
concrete.
down here, all that right there, all that. He was going to take all that off. He was going to take all that away. And you can see it kind of slopes away there. Well, the problem with that is it's part of the basement wall. Our basement wall, foundation wall, starts right here. If I go into, actually, it's right here. If I go into the basement, I can see, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. If I go in the basement right now, I can see outside underneath the porch there, just a little bit. Because the beam that this connects to is the top of the basement wall. I didn't like the fact that this support was being brought away from the wall. I mean, this is brick, but that is trash. But the way that they built it, they expected it to be held up because it also had in here, you know, those two big brick handrails that came out from this wall to help with support. And if you look up above, you have railing here that is supporting the porch, basically. Now, these supports were added, I think, at a different time, but nonetheless, it's support that's needed. And you can see the condition of the mortar. So what I told him to do is, can't we extend it out? And he said, yeah. He says, what I'll do is I can start the stringers right about here, and they should clear those decrepit steps. And you should be okay, except for the middle stringer, which would have been about here. He said, I'm going to have to chisel out some of those steps. I said, well, if you're going to add a board to about here and then start the steps, why don't you just make it a little bit of a porch and just clear the steps altogether, and you can leave all that in there. You won't have to chisel out anything for the center stringer. And what I'm talking about the center stringer is the piece here that I don't think you can tell, but is being nailed. I don't know how much you guys enjoy this, but nonetheless, this is what's going on.
We don't enjoy it much
Yeah.
sometimes, but
Yeah.
we're getting stuff done.
Oh, look at lovely Heidi escorting me out the door to my demise. I should have left that open, darn it. Let me open this back up again. Because I'm sure something will come from there. Alright, so Heidi's out here looking all lovely because she wants me to do some work today.
What's he
Alexa,
talking about?
open garage door.
It's my day off, and he wants to do work while I'm here. Now I got these shoes on.
You put those things in there?
No, because they sit up too high in these. I'll probably have to put my work shoes on because my heel over it.
Notice we're lollygagging. Because neither one of us want to start this, I don't think. Because neither one of us really want to start this whole mess.
Where's that rock at?
There's the rock right there. Boing!
I didn't think that you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll leave it open. And I'll tell you why in a second here. So I'm going to take and finish out the railing myself.
That's not true.
That is not true. Look at how lovely that door is. So when we first moved in this house, it was so dreaded because we were going in and out of this door exclusively. This was the only door that really made sense to go in and out of the house. And that's the door they used all the time. And it was the least kicked in door. That's why. Well, guess what today is? Today Heidi says, I'm tired of seeing that door. No, actually, she didn't say that. I am. I'm saying that.
That's gonna be nice though.
Yeah, it's a good door. So
This will probably be another heavy door
yeah,
because it was like that interior door.
yeah, this is a pretty decent door. You can see what we're gonna put in there. It's been sitting. How long has it been sitting there?
Over a month.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what we're going to do is try to locate some of the tools that are going to be necessary. I don't know exactly what tools they are, but the tools that are necessary to...
You get a delivery today? I just thought I heard a truck, but I don't see
No, it's somebody's door
it. Oh, okay.
in their house or something, and it squeaks like that every time.
That's weird.
You'd think they'd fix it. It's loud.
WD-40.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is use the back of the truck. So I'm going to drive it out the gate. We'll use it as a workbench there, and we'll get some tools. No, I'm okay. Well, like we figured, it's going to be a mess. Heidi tore all this out. I just sat and watched her make the mess. So first of all, the wood stinks. But when we cut the old frame out of here, it was stinky. But you can see the way they built these houses back in the day. I mean, there's a lot of concrete block on the inside and a lot of brick on the outside. But then they got some wood involved too. See all that wood that's involved for the doorway. If I'd have known the doorway was this big, honestly, I could have put a bigger door in here.
Well, it's because you are always trying to save whatever's up here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we could have went probably a couple inches bigger. Because we would have gotten rid of these shims.
This is the widest door we have.
So you see the way they used to do things back. No, this door isn't original. The threshold might be, but the they didn't have shim kits, and you would actually put it together more than what they are now. So the one that we have now, I'm not exactly sure how I want to handle this down here, but we're going to take the shop vac and clean all this up. Shop vac all this. I got to take, so I got my grinder here. When we were at the Hershey show, I bought this from that company, Bad Dog. If you look close enough, they look like little dog bones. Anyways, they guarantee it for life. We will, I'm going to cut these nails off. I don't think I can, well, maybe I can drive them in farther. That's hard to say. But anyways, yeah. Then we'll put the door up here and then see what it requires. But I'm pretty sure that threshold board should go back up, because if not, we'd have to contend with all of this with the new door, and it's just a little bit too much. I think it's too much. Well, again, we'll have to see. Okay. So here it is, and it's finished.
It's a 50-footer.
We don't want to get no closer because then it starts looking really bad. So
it'll look fine whenever it's painted.
now, as far as the function, that's, it's like everything else. I make everything function. It works fine. There's a little bit of play there. I can adjust the striker to make that a little tighter, which I might. Especially up there, there's a little bit of a gap, so maybe I'll do that.
Depends on how much cool air comes in the winter.
Yeah, we'll have to see what that's like. But it's not bad. And we put foam in all here, and you can see here, foam. It's all foamed up. I don't think the camera will necessarily adjust. But yeah, it's all done. All except we have to put a storm door on here. And tomorrow we'll have a keyless lock there that will open it. Because eventually, like I said, we want to move this fence to where it's down there. So this door is behind the fence then. It's not exposed so much. But we still have to do some caulking, some kind of silicone, some kind of finish caulking. Even though this gap,
After I paint.
Yeah, even though this gap is filled with foam, the spray foam, it's filled all the way around. This gap here developed because of the trim. And yes, like I said, Heidi said it was like a 50-footer. Now that we're close, you can see here's the trim for the door, and here's the trim for the old door. And the screen door is going to attach to the trim for the old door.
And we're going to paint all the exterior doors.
Yeah, I was telling Heidi today how pink was looking nice. Bright flamingo pink on all the doors.
I think turquoise.
Which is flamingo pink.
He thinks yellow, which we might...
I do like yellow.
I did start with yellow, and then I'm like, I don't know. But I maybe go back to yellow.
Go back to yellow?
Yeah. I'd like to paint everything else white.
What do you mean?
All of this white.
Oh, really? That's a little different.
Well, we're going to get white gutters.
Yeah, our gutters will be white, so maybe the soffit should be white too. I get it, and all the siding. I know the roof on the porch should be white. And eventually, after the wood is it got all of its moisture out of it, I think the front deck, the porch, the railings, all that, we'll paint that all white. I think it'll look nice. So,
a bug or something in my throat.
yeah, probably some of the stuff. We inhaled a lot of weird chemicals today.
That chemical.
Okay, so first of all, the wood that we cut was so disgusting. It smelled like somebody had been storing it in their underwear for the last 3 years, and they were bigger than me, and they coveted it everywhere they went in the back of their pants. So when we cut it, it was really bad. Heidi was gagging. So we tore that wood out, and of course we put it in our bedroom under the bed. We wanted to have a nice smell come at night to comfort us.
A lot of the stuff in this house is completely, it was just stinky.
Yeah. Then we had to grind, or then we had to put the foam in, which that stinks a little bit. Then we had to grind away old silicone and some brick, and that was stinky. Then we had to use carb cleaner to clean our hands and a lot of the door from, if you guys don't know, I guess Heidi, she said, what's going to get rid of this spray foam, that's expanding foam? And man, you put carb cleaner, it dissolves it. It goes away. We both had it on our shirts, completely all over our shirts, and it's gone. It's completely gone. You just spray carb cleaner on it, just dissolves. But yeah, I like I said,
these tools that we got out, and not one of them is a woodworking tool.
Oh no, they're saw.
Well, you didn't buy that to...
Yeah, that's saw over there.
Oh yeah, I guess we did use that at home, huh?
Yeah, the circular saw too.
Yeah.
And then I did have a saw blade on here that was a wood blade for the Sawzall. Well, that one was for something that we were doing other than... I needed a longer one, so...
Well, we don't have many woodworking tools.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. I hate woodworking. I hate it.
Well, it's done.
It is done, and it saved us, like Heidi said, $450. It doesn't look like much, but...
It'll look better with the screen door on it.
Yeah, and I think the threshold to concrete, we could maybe resurface that a little bit,
or not.
Something. Maybe just paint it all. Make it look a little nicer.
Maybe nobody should look at it. Quit showing it on YouTube.
Maybe we can put a step there, concrete step there, to put you up level.
Right.
So I could cut that off with the cutoff tool, make it square, and
Sand it smooth.
and then put a step up on there.
No, because it's already breaking up. I wouldn't mess with it.
It's breaking up. It's breaking up. We can rebuild them. So you guys know what that reference was? Put it in the comments. So we're
That's Star Trek.
no. Close, though. It was a TV series, and it was kind of science fiction, and it was from the 70s. We can rebuild him.
Oh. I don't know.
We can make him faster, stronger, better.
Da
Da da da da da da da. Chung, 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 chung. You don't know any of that? We got a little bit of work here to make it look a little nicer, but this door is done, and we can say farewell to this beat up piece of junk heavy door. There's all our wood. Oh, you just moved it there. Okay, I get it. So the next thing we need to do is clean this back porch. All this needs cleaned out. And then once it gets cleaned out, and I mean, we'll take everything out of here. We'll clean it out, sweep it out. Then once we do that, I'll put it back together. We've been putting that off forever. And you see this door is just as bad as the one that I just did. Guess who did this one? That'd be me. And this one here isn't horrible, but still, guess who did that one? That was me. So, yeah, we got to put the tongue and groove back over the brick there. We got to put the tongue and groove that's for this corner, and then we've got to put the boards up here and the tongue and groove back up here, and then we can paint this whole porch if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Make it all nice and white.
I don't think I'm gonna make it white because my curtains are off white.
Oh, well, then we can make it all yellow. I like yellow. Our bedroom's yellow.
Yeah.
We're going to paint the garage yellow. Paint Heidi's car yellow. Wonder what they do if we turn in that lease and that car's painted with a spray painter, Graco spray painter yellow. All right, so this is the update. I'm really finished with all this stuff. I'm so sick and tired of it.
Did you want some ice cream today?
I heard the ice cream man, but
Hawkeye ice cream?
oh, that'd be nice.
You know why? Because I want one of their good hot, or not cold.
That's in Warren, Ohio. If you guys don't know, they're famous for their barbecue, but they also are a creamery.
Hawkeye Creamery.
And I'm going to tell you that I love Ben & Jerry's. I've had Ben & Jerry's and been eating it religiously for probably the last 6 or 7 years. And that Hawkeye, that's the only stuff she can bring home that I'm like, hey, this ain't bad. I can do this versus Ben & Jerry's. But
I just think that we deserve it.
I think so too. All right, I'm closing this out.
Okay.
Tell everybody bye.
Bye. See you later.
All right, so the deck is finished. Well, no, it's not a deck. It's our stairs. It's our porch. It's our porch. We've got some finish work to do because we had all this concrete or brick that had to get busted off because of the wall. The skirting underneath, because of all the remaining concrete that's there, we got to do a little bit of work on that too. But main thing is it's all finished, it's solid, we can go up and down it, and nobody's going to get hurt on this compared to our old steps. Other than a splinter, we're going to take and smooth these things out. We got to wait until the moisture comes out of them, but we're going to smooth them out with the belt sander, kind of round off some sharp edges, and put some wood filler in a couple of holes where screws are, stuff like that. And then we will, once the moisture's out of it, we'll paint it. And at that point in time, I think we're also going to paint the tops of the porch, all that concrete. We'll paint it white in addition to this. Now, we still need to do something about the posts that go, you know what, I think I could put wood around that maybe. Maybe Heidi and I will discuss it off camera and see if that's something we can do. But anyways, this is done. Another project done, but we got a lot more to go. Like, where does all this go? Yeah, that'll be a project.